What is up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tenenbaum, a.k.a. JT, a.k.a. Jay On, a.k.a. Sherpa Winfrey. And I'm the host and producer of DomainSherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Today's show is a DomainSherpa review where we get into the minds of successful domain investors, the OGs, the best in the biz, using real examples to learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. Not only are these guys the experts, they're some of my closest friends and really co-hosts here on the show. We've got 4 segments to a DomainSherpa review. We've got the grand opening. That's where I intro the Sherpas. We see what's going on with them. We talk about some related things, some unrelated things, do some AKAs. You know what I'm saying? Then we get into the domain game. That's where we hear what the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Everybody guesses on the prices, and somebody gets points and somebody gets a win. And then somehow, some way, someday, we get some swag to the winners. You might, yeah, let's go. Amar's rocking his gear, Josh. If you're down to rocking XL, I got one sitting for you in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Just any day, anytime, any day, man. Then we got the NameJet and the Jet segment sponsored by NameJet. We review a list of domains coming up for auction on NameJet. We see what the Sherpas like and what they don't like. And then last but not least, we'll get into GrandClosing, where we'll discuss anything that we haven't covered already, what's going on in the domain space, and looking at the market trends, current events, all that good stuff, allowing our guests to mention, promote anything they want to talk about that we've not already discussed. With that, let's go ahead and introduce the Sherpas. Over to my right, I got my boy Andrew Rosner, a.k.a. Morpheus, a.k.a. the Dirk Diggler of digital assets, a.k.a. 7 Crowns. I don't know if anybody hasn't heard yet, but finally, you know, I mean, although this was an award we technically won as of the end of last year, MediaOptions and Andrew Rosner were named Domain Broker of the Year, Master of Domains by escrow.com, 7 years in a row. Last year, dude got a ring. You know what I'm saying? Last year was the Jordan year because it was 6 rings. Now it's 7 crowns. You know what I'm saying? So show him. Boom. That's solid gold, baby. Solid. And gold dipped a little bit yesterday or the day before, but gold's been going up. So the value of that ring's going up. We went 6 rings, 7 crowns. And, you know, it's pretty cool, man. Congratulations. Good job. What's good with you?
I'm all good. I'm feeling pretty bullish about the market. Things are strong. You know, uncertainty is lifting, and I think we're gonna sell, you know, a shit ton of domains in the next 2 quarters. So I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm you know, I'm all fired up. I'm feeling, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I got purpose. I'm gonna, you know, I got people to destroy. I got, you know, games to win. I got everything I need in life. You know what I mean? I got enemies. I got friends. I got everything I need.
You got purpose. I got funds. I got meaning.
I even got frenemies.
Oh man. No doubt. All right, well, cool, man. But hey, 6 rings, 7 crowns. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I am very proud. I will say, very, very proud of the MediaOptions team. I'm proud of you know, what we built, and just the dedication and the discipline and the hard work and the, you know, absolute just shitting on the haters and the doubters and the people that are like, the whiny little bitches that can't realize the greatness that MediaOptions is. And
put it on a poster. Let's go.
That's it. Pure greatness. So I am extremely proud. And you know, I just look forward to keep doing what we do. We you know, we keep it simple. We're laser focused. We help companies buy domains. We help people sell domains. We are the best in the world at those 2 things. And just gonna keep doing it. That's it. Yeah. Just keep doing it.
And again, Drew, congratulations to you, you know, for being the foundation and the driver of all that. All right, now, keeping it moving, we got my boy to my lower right, the one and only Amar Kuba, a.k.a. King Kuba, a.k.a. Danny Ocean, a.k.a. the even greater Gatsby. Don't chase an unworthy dream, y'all, a.k.a. Marzan, a.k.a. Kuba Libre, a.k.a. LL Amar J. That one was off of one of the Halloween episodes, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Like, we can, you know, this list is going to keep getting longer. AKA Kuba Kinte, AKA AK-47, AKA Selly Savalas. I don't know. Oh, like sales. Okay. I'm just going through my list. I got extra Kaiser, Kuba Soze. I don't know if I said that one. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. We had a nice 40-minute warm up here today. So
I mean, that's the thing. I wish I was
think
recording the pre-show.
it's gonna
That
be
would have
spicy,
popped
I can
off.
tell. It's gonna be spicy.
man.
Hopefully Drew hasn't used all his spice pre-show.
Are you kidding me?
East India Trading Company. We bringing spice all over this.
Yeah, we got spice for days.
Spice one. All right, man. But how you doing otherwise? You good?
Yeah, all good. All
right,
good.
man. All right. And last but certainly not least, below me, we got my boy, the one and only Josh Reason, aka Bjorn Borg, aka Prince Harry, aka Harry Kane, aka Prince Harry Kane, aka Chicka Chicka Slim Shady, aka DNX. It's dark and hell is hot. X gonna give it to you. Stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. What's going on? AKA Mr. Pickle. What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Dude,
Good
you
to
just
be here. Good to be
like
here.
perpetually tan now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just all that time outside just playing pickle, man. Every time I see
The most tan fair-headed
that's
guy
what
I
I'm
know.
saying. You like the most tan ginger ever. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Funny, I'm actually
his face and his hair all blend to one now.
I'm like the most tan I've ever been in my life, but I'm on this screen. I don't look tan at all. It's weird.
Hey, man. You know that's that Maldives sun. It doesn't last long. You know, what I'm saying?
Doesn't hit the same as that Florida sun, right, JT?
That's it. That Florida sun's got that extra. That's that redneck. You don't become you got to get red to be a redneck. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
you
Wait,
know,
Drew, are you gonna come or no?
Yeah, I'm coming.
You're coming? What happened? What happened?
Of course
I'm not.
How do we have a team meeting without me?
No, he's talking about NamesCon. He's talking about NamesCon.
Oh yeah, no, NamesCon. I announced it on our last show. If you watched it, I
was too upset I wasn't invited.
I can't give you 100% confirmation because we got. But yes, my intention at this point is fully to go. I'm actually very excited to go, and I'm already coordinated with NamesCon. Actually, JT, that's one of the things I forgot to talk to you about. We gotta.
I know. I just
get
literally
back
just
to
put it
them.
on. Yep, I just wrote that on
But,
the list because we got to connect with them on the whole thing. Get our
Yeah, sorry,
profiles up.
NamesCon. I know we owe you several things. We will get to that to you quickly. But anyways, yes, I will be at NamesCon, God willing. That is my intention. There is a chance that I will not be able to do it, but most likely I will be there. And I'm very
plan,
excited.
baby.
Look, I want to support it. I've been trying to say for God, I don't know, 8 years or more that NamesCon needs to move back, move to Miami. And I think that that's the appropriate home. It's got the highest concentration of, OG investors. And it's just so easy to get to for everybody, whether you're coming from Europe, whether you're coming from America, coming from South America. I mean, you could come in from Asia. It's Miami is, the easiest place. It's the opposite of Austin, which is like literally the hardest place in America to get to. So, I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to be a great show. Miami's an amazing location. I mean, yeah, excited. Traffic Miami, Domain Fest Miami. No, Domain Fest never did Miami, guys. This was always traffic, but traffic Miami was always hot. It was fun.
And Josh, you're going, right?
I'm going. Yeah, NamesCon team reached out to me a while ago and asked if I'd be involved. So not sure exactly what sessions I'm doing, but I'll be there.
Yeah. We should see about carpooling down there. Are you going to drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Me, you, Billy, maybe get Brian Harvey. We need to get a domainer van from North Florida. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be like on our own, like 5. We're doing that. Holler, Brian.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to say, we're going to go with this one. The money arrived at escrow. Transfer should be in process. So I think it's okay. Sunfish.com.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Purchase to buy.
Oh, well, then I will tell you why. I was going to say, I'm like, I didn't even know we own that. Sunfish.com. All right, so it's a purchase. Sunfish.
That's a good name. Where do you find these good names?
That's a great name. Listen, I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I get this ring for nothing?
Sunfish.
I mean, DNX is the hot shit. It's definitely the best place. If you're a Mitt, there's no better place to go find your domain names than DNX. But if you're me, You know what I'm saying? You need that. You need those.
Go everywhere. You got it
Yeah,
all.
you need the Silk Road.
You get a little extra. But yeah, DNX is killing it. And Josh, you guys are doing an awesome job there. I'm continuously impressed.
Yeah.
So
It's a problem actually, because every time I log in there, I'm like, oh shit, there's like 5 names I want to buy. And then
Now, if only he'll do some of the shit that I'm asking for.
I'm working on it. I'm working.
so you hold on, let's actually log in. What's your update look like? Because I logged in and I couldn't get in because it was
Oh
like
yeah. I mean, it's basically, so you know how some of the searches took a little while before? Now it's like search is like basically instant. So it's very, very quick. Added a few other filters. Working on a newsletter, Amar. That we'll probably start that next week. You know, one of the reasons why we didn't do that earlier is because email deliverability was like a big thing at the beginning. So we wanted to get that sorted. So I just want to make sure I don't mess anything up with that. But yeah, now that the site is like loading everything like almost instantly, we can start pushing out more updates more quickly. So yeah,
love it, man. All
Well,
right.
and the other thing I want is more important even than the newsletter, but you'll get there.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
I love it. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's flip it. Oh wow. All right.
Oh, wow.
Sunfish.com.
damn, y'all are like,
I got 12,500. Josh
Look.
is 17,500. Amar's at $75,000 for Sunfish.
so Amar won. The price was 60,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
60. Y'all are tripping. 11,000, 17,000. Please point me in the direction of where I can buy a domain like sunfish.com for $11,000 or $17,000 because I'll take everything you got.
Yeah. My bad. I did say
mean,
12,500.
Josh, you got sunfish.com on DNX for 17 because I'll take it.
not sunfish, but what about pinkfish? I think I saw that the other day.
Well, pinkfish is no fish. It's actually called pinkfish. There's 2 fish that are called sunfish.
See, I thought that Drew would pay up for fish-related names.
Okay.
I've owned a lot of them, man. I had jellyfish. I sold that. I still
I
have
love
fish.
jellyfish.
I
Octopus.
have blowfish is good. I have
Oh fish, yeah.
what else do I have? I think I used to have bluefish.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Let's go. Dr. Seuss in this bitch.
I don't know. I got a bunch. I don't even know what I got.
Yeah. All right, cool. So Sunfish.
But I think Sunfish is a killer brand. I mean,
it is. That is, you're right. It is dope.
on so many levels. Like, it's an animal. It's got the sun factor, which solar is
Yeah, solar. Yeah, it's a great name.
banger of an industry over the next decade. So I like it a lot for
I undershot it. I kind of looked at it like the way you were making it seem like, where you were like, oh, I got my ways and all this kind of stuff. Like, I thought you just picked this off on some real gangster, like sneak, like.
I mean,
ninja shit.
personally, I think 600 is a pick off.
60,
Like,
60, yeah.
I don't know. I think Brady would pay 100, maybe $1.25 for Sunfish.
Yeah, it's a great name. It's a great name. And Amar gets
Josh,
the point.
you know better than me. What do you think? What's your data tell you?
We
I
can
don't
ask,
look at data. I use instincts.
Yeah. The data doesn't love it as much as you do, but having said that, it's still a great name. I don't think Braden would pay $120. I think that he would be lower than you on that one. So whether you pay, listen, man, 25 or 50, 60, if you get your end user price, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, good stuff. All right. Well, hold on. All right. Well, Amar gets the point, and we're going to keep it moving. Amar, it's actually then up to you to give us a name.
All right. So I got a few here, but I'm going to go with a .co just to prove my theory, or not my theory, just to be consistent about what I've been talking about. So KnockKnock.co.
Ooh, okay. Knock.
That was a sell.
A sell.
It's a great name.
KnockKnock.co.
KnockKnock.co. KnockKnock. Who's there? Where's my calculator? KnockKnock.co. All right.
All right. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, geez. You
All right.
all right. This is actually really, this proves that I'm following what I said I've been doing.
Wait, hold on. Josh is
wins.
at 9,888. Drew's at 14,369. I'm at 40,000.
Wow. 40,000?
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. It's the sale. You don't sell your shit like you.
No, you're right. And this is, like I said, I've been talking about how I'm like really cutting prices on anything that's not .com, and .orgs. I've also been raising probably a little bit. But unless it's the top of the, line .cos or .ios, I'm dropping them.
Okay.
So I sold it for 4,900.
Oh, wow. Okay. 49.
Yeah.
So that was
So,
low. What,
yeah.
what did you guys have? I forget already. What was your numbers?
988.
Was at 98.88.
That's Josh with
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I was 10,
That's about
10x.
that's about where I would price it to, which is, but I always add a little bit more because I feel like you price a little higher than me.
I do usually, and like I said, I'm making a concerted effort to trim anything that's not top tier.
Okay. And how's that going?
Good. I'm getting a lot of sales.
I feel it, man. That's what's up.
But
All right, cool.
it's good. It accomplishes a couple of things. A, it feels good. I forgot. It feels nice to get a bunch of sales, even if they're small.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, what'd you buy it for, and how long did you hold it?
I bought it for $200.
Yeah, 200 to 5,000.
205. And probably not that long, probably a few years.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
Couple year hold time, turn $200.
I'll tell you exactly when I bought it. Maybe it's longer. I got it in 2021, so 4 years.
Okay, 4 years, turn $200 into 5,000. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's the formula is like it's not rocket science, but you have to be willing to hold. You have to have enough cash, and you have to have some sense of the right names to buy in order to be successful in the space.
And I think I had it priced at 10K.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, man. I was way out.
I think I had it priced at 10K. Up until whatever, maybe earlier this year. I think I cut some prices, and I like the name a lot. I think it's a great name. But then I'm starting to think about, like, okay, if that was .com, what would you guys price .com at?
150 to 250.
Okay, so right, so then I'm in the right range.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, look, I put what I put 14 grand. So
yeah,
I think if it was knock.co, then maybe
wouldn't have dropped the price,
right? Maybe 25, but like a 40 would be like probably the upper limit. You know what I mean? Like, we sell a fair amount of .cos, but they're usually typically in that 10 to 25,000 range.
See pricing on the ones that are more middle.
I think there's a concept that it was really last week that I actually that I realized this in my head. Somebody, one of my friends was asking me, he's like, and I'm not trying to pound my fucking chest, but he asked me, like, why do you outperform? What makes you different? Why are you outperforming others? And again, I think Josh is 10x better at looking at the data and making like a really informed decision on domain purchases. I think you have more experience and also just really good instincts, right? JT, forget about, but there are, my point is just to say that there are many people. Yanni is a fucking robot computer, right? You got Nagari, you got real studs. Well, and to be fair, I did not outperform Nagari or Yanni or several others, but If I am outperforming, the reason is simply that I understand the velocity of money. And so people are very much focused on selling a particular domain, let's say the Rick Schwartz approach. Okay. And I have a huge respect for that. But the only reason that I could catch up and probably surpass Rick is that, like let's say lifetime sales and probably remaining portfolio value is because of velocity of money. Yes, I could have held out on some of the great names. I've had something like, I don't know, around 60 two-letter.coms pass through my hands over the years, right? I've had hundreds of the best domain names that exist on the internet pass through my hands, meaning I own them at some point. Me, the company, my wife, whatever. And Rick would look at it and say, you fucked up. You sold a domain that's worth 10 million. You sold it for 500,000. You shouldn't have done that. And he's probably right. But if you look at my position as a broker in the industry and the opportunity that I have to continuously acquire great domain names, I would say today it's a little bit harder, but over the course of my career, it's been very easy for me to have access to keep acquiring great domain names. Is one better than the other? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter really. It's just about relative velocity of the cash flow. Because if I buy a domain name for 50, I turn around and I sell it for 500, even though maybe within the next decade I could have sold that for 5 million, I took that 500. I then went out and I bought 10 more names. I turned around and sold those for 500 each, some of them for millions, right? And now I'm right back to that 5 million, but I did it in probably 2 years instead of waiting 10. And I had lower downside because I diversified from the one name that I was hoping for 5 into 10 names that I just got to get 500 for, right? And that literally was my playbook. And it was just boom, boom, boom. Great name, okay. Maybe some of these I'm still holding, right? But where I had the opportunity to get real money that generated a 5, 10, 20x return, I never said no. And the reason was that I could then take that money, reinvest it, take the money, reinvest it. And so, this is what people lose sight of. It's like, wow, okay, a company that makes like a 2% margin. It's like, well, how do you run a business on 2% margin? Well, you run a business on 2% margin if you can then take the 2% margin, and then the next month you take the 2% margin, and the next month you take 2% margin. And so the same amount of injected cash flow that went into the business is turning out a 2% margin a month, which turns into a 24% margin over the course of the year. And so velocity of money in economics and in business is a really important concept that I think very, very, very few people actually pay attention to. I think everybody's focused on the nominal profit. You bought it for X, you sold it for Y. Great. But what about if you bought it for X, you sold it for Z, you bought it again for X, for the same X, and you sold it for Y, and you bought it again for X, and then you keep turning that over. And if you bought something for X and you sold it for Y in a 5-year period of time or in a 10-year period of time, but you could also buy it for X, sell it for much less, even 10x less, buy 10 things, then flip it, buy 10 things, flip it, buy 10 things, and keep repeating. That's how you compound. And that's why compounding is such a powerful force. And so velocity, compounding, kind of the same thing. And I think it's a really important concept. And even though I do encourage people to try to get the best price for their domains, I wouldn't lose sight of the fact that you can sell for a lower price. If you're making a profit, like, don't listen to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever lost money taking a profit. So you take the profit, you reinvest it, you compound. And that is how you create outsized returns. The only single reason that I was able to come full-time in this business so late, 2007, 6, whatever it was, and catch up to Amar, catch up to anybody else that was at the top of the game, the only reason was that I was compounding and compounding and compounding. And I wasn't just saying, okay, I'm going to stick this in my portfolio. I'm going to hold out for the absolute tippy top price and I'm not going to sell until I get it. I respect that strategy, and a lot of people have been very successful. In fact, most of the people that have been super successful in this business did it with that strategy. But if you're playing catch up, I think that understanding that velocity of compounding your money is an effective strategy.
A really good way to do it, but you never know. Some people, right? Like if you're sitting on an amazing name, that could be your retirement. You just have to know when to pull the trigger and hope that time doesn't pass you by and you fuck up and you miss an opportunity.
And keep in mind that this entire strategy that I'm talking about is predicated on the idea that you have access to replace the names you're selling. If you cannot replace what you're selling with something similar or equivalent in value, then, it's a losing game.
And I think and Josh is, we used to call him Super Bowl, right? Because of his, constant need to be moving and doing, right? So Josh, would you agree to this sort of method? It's about finding that right balance of like, hey, you might not necessarily get the top possible dollar for every name, but by continuing to drive sales with the ability to spot opportunities, we say it on the show all the time, you make money on the buy, not on the sell. So if you know that there's inventory that's out there that you could go get to continue to fill the funnel, to continue to fill the pipeline, that's, sort of a successful sort of approach. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, especially early on when cash becomes more important. It's like a pendulum, right? If you start trying to hold out for more money, you're going to lose deals that you could have otherwise closed. So, the pendulum doesn't stop. The more, the higher price expectations you have, and the more you plan on holding out, the more deals you lose, and the more deals you try to close, the more money you're going to leave on the table. So, I mean, it's a balancing act. And I think that depending on your situation, should determine, what side of the scale you choose to sit on. And I think that from a general point of view, I think the earlier you are in your career, the more you should sit on the side of taking money and reinvesting. And the later you are in your career, I think the more you should, sit on the side of holding out for higher for a higher ROI.
Quickly, they're kind of doing that compounding, strategy. Seen them, pull up to, significant portfolios now.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
It can be done. It's not easy, but it can
What
be
do you
done.
all think? Paige's daughter, she's doing that $100 or $1,000 to $1 million challenge. I want to join that shit. I want to see if I was thinking about the other day, like, I really, 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 I've talked about it on here before. I would love to be able to figure out some kind of challenge like that could actually be really tracked, keep everybody honest somehow. And like, let's take all the OG motherfuckers and be like, all right, let's go. Can y'all do it again?
That would be really fun, actually.
I think it would be awesome. I think
just start with like a manageable number, like, I don't know, 10 grand. And
yeah, it's gotta be 10 grand and then 10 grand to $1 million in, I don't know, two years.
0% chance.
Yeah. No, I actually think
I guarantee you I can do it in 1 year. I guarantee you.
10 grand to $1 million?
10 grand to $1 million. Guarantee you I can do it.
Can I give you the 10 grand to do it with, and then I get the $1 million that you turn it into?
No, man. What do you think? That shit's easy? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying I can do it. But it's a lot of work. You gotta turn and burn. You gotta, be hustling. You gotta be like, you don't sit there and buy one name for 10 grand and hope you're gonna sell it for $1 million. You gotta buy something for 10. It's like that. It's like that. What was that shit? The paper clip.
Yeah, the paper clip.
Traded a paper clip, took it all the way up to like a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what this game is. I gotta buy something for, probably what I actually have to do is find something that's a layup at 10 grand that I know I can flip for like 40, 50. Or I gotta buy like 3 to 5 names that are like just really good names that I know I can go outbound and sell for 5 or 10x. Because, really the sweet spot in outbounding is 10 to 25 grand. And it's really 10 to 15 grand. But if you're outbounding in that range, 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, people make impulsive decisions. If it's a lot more than that, then it's got to go for some decision for some other person. And so I think you take 10 grand, you buy 5, 6, 7, 8 names, that you can then go out and flip for a 5 or a 10x very quickly. We're talking 2 weeks. And then double down. Now you're buying 5 grand names, probably 5 of them, 5 to 10 5 grand names. Then you're going to go out, you're going to, again, double down. Boom, you got to hustle. You got to find the buyers. You got to flip them. And the names you're buying have got to be, you can't buy trendy names. You got to buy shit that is like evergreen businesses. There's hundreds of small to medium-sized businesses in that vertical that you can go sell this name to. And I think, let's just see. I think that, let's say the 10 grand, I can turn into 50 in a month. 50 into 500, let's say 50 into 250. Okay. 3 months. So now we're at 4 months. 250. Once you got to 250, now you're cooking, because now you can buy the $10,000 and the $25,000 names. And you just need one of those to knock out of the park. So now I think you got 8 months to turn the 250 into $1 million. And I think that's the easy part. I think getting from 10,000 to 250 is the hard part. You need 2-3 cycles to do that. And then you're cooking.
All right,
I would
Josh,
just
buy or sell.
All my sales are kind of small and boring. I haven't got anything exciting, so I'll do a buy from fairly recently. I don't think that you guys know what I paid. So audience.org.
Ooh,
Audience.org.
audience. That's a great one.
Oh, name, you bought it?
Bought it, yeah. Drew, you don't know what I paid, do you?
No, wait, I didn't even hear the domain.
Audience.org.
Oh, nice one. Audience.org. No, I have no idea what you paid. All right.
Are you ready to go with
hold on.
Jalen Hurts to
Hang on,
AJ
hold on.
Brown? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Actually, I'm sure. Okay.
Touchdown. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Flipperoo.
Okay. Drew's at
Hey, give a sale or a buy?
Buy.
Drew's at $2,369. I'm at
This is why I
12,000.
would crush you guys.
I'm at 12,500, and Amar's at 15 grand.
So actually Drew won. It was 5 grand.
Oh, wow. That's
okay.
a great buy. Holy shit.
Thanks. I like it too.
All right. So yeah, where'd you buy it? Let's talk about it. What's good?
That's a great buy.
Is that DX?
Yeah.
Fuck. I would have bought that immediately.
Amar, have you? John, I'm not even asking Amar. Josh, has Amar bought anything on DNX yet?
A couple.
Yeah. Not as much as you, obviously, but
I mean, like legit.
No, nothing big, dude.
I think every time I go on there, I find like 3 to 5 names, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta buy that now.
Right. No, Josh is doing an amazing job. This is what this is why I said the newsletter suggestion, because it's out of sight.
I agree with you 100%.
So
it also will be one of the let's say it'll be the newsletter itself and the subscription base will be one of the most valuable elements in this business.
That's what I told him. But I also, but not even about that part. It's just reminding me, oh shit, I got to go to DNX.
100%.
All right. Do you guys know what Insurrection.com went for on NameJet?
No. Insurrection.
I told Drew about that one.
How'd I miss it? I wanted to buy that one.
Well, don't look. Right. Because that's the name we're going to go with for the tie break, because it's the 3 of you each have a point. I'm a loser with no points. So I get to throw a name out, but I'm going to throw Insurrection.com really quick. Y'all throw.
Can you repeat that? I kind of like the sound of that. Say
it. Today is not my day. Insurrection.com. Put it into your phone. Quick, Josh. This is our tie break.
Wild.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, flip. All right. Ooh, okay.
We clustered. We clustered.
That's good. So Amar's at 8,500, Josh is at 9,088, and Drew is at 11,369. And the winner of today's domain game is, Billy, give me a drum roll. It is Josh.
Oh,
Number
what?
was $10,081.
Oh.
$10,081. You guys were within like hundreds of dollars of each other. Insurrection.com, sold on NameJet. We talked about it previously on the show. I'd actually be interested to go back. I don't know if Billy can find a quick clip to see what we said about Insurrection when we talked about it on the show, and see what everybody's guess is around that time, if we gave it a potential price, and see how close we were.
I don't think we gave it a price, but I think we all agreed that Drew wanted it.
Yeah, it's a Drew.
Would you have paid that, Drew?
Yeah, would it go 9?
10.
Yeah, I would have paid that. I would have paid that. I don't know how I missed it. I know I back ordered it.
He even mentioned it. Everyone, like Men in Black, Stick. You know what I'm saying?
And then the two defense names are great: ActiveGuard and FirstDefense. That's what I'd be going after. Okay. The one I don't like is I don't really love pronouncing.com.
Okay. Well, you can leave it at that. Let other people talk. But real quick on those defense names, ActiveGuard.com and FirstDefense.com. What are you trying to pay for those?
Those are fantastic names.
Yeah, those are fantastic names.
I actually think I don't know which one I like more, but I like them both a lot.
Yeah.
I think those are easy wholesale mid 4-figure.
Okay.
And retail, I'd be pricing them both probably $100K.
All right, I dig it.
I think FirstDefense is probably a better end user name, but
maybe I don't even know.
Yeah, but ActiveGuard, yeah, I don't know. They're both
bangers. Those are both bangers of names. They're like those are the kind of names you just are like, that's not in use. Like I don't.
Yeah. What does the data say, Josh?
I don't know. So my initial instinct is like, his FirstDefense spelt with a CE at the end in use.
That's because you're British.
Yeah, nobody thinks like that except you guys.
And it is right.
When was the last time you sold a domain to a British company?
Long time, man.
Yeah, long time. Like
honestly, sometimes I get in trouble for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
honestly,
you know what it is though. But here's the thing: it's not actually a British. It might be a British company, but they're actually using it like FirstDefense, like the word fence, and they're selling fences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's
not
like
defense, not defense.
Exactly, not defense, but defense. Like, yo, what up? This is my, you know what I mean? That's like they're like a rap group.
Got my defense.
Yeah, that's like a rap group. All right, what else you like or don't like?
Talking to me?
Yeah, it's on you now, man.
Hutchins.com is a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's just a popular last name. I imagine there are probably quite a few companies that are called Hutchins as well. Professional services typically for that type of name. So the upside is not that much, but there'll be a decent amount of end users, and then, sometimes people just want to own their last name. So that has a certain amount of value. Yeah, I mean, Sunset Cove, I like that name. Just sounds good. It's like
Urban home vibes.
Nice brand, sorry.
A good place to go sunset grandma.
Oh, the retirement home?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunset Cove.
Cove.
Sunset Cove. Yeah, that sounds like that's actually where I'd like to retire to. We got a place to
Sunset Cove.
Sunset Cove. Sounds nice.
I don't really know how you would use ChildCustody.com.
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yeah, I was saying on the last show, or where we talked about it, was it's such a
Yeah,
emotional.
JT double down on child custody.
We double dipped on child custody.
Yeah, double dipped.
It's just an
Yeah.
emotional thing, and people spend a lot of money. It's one of the probably legal battles that people will spend the most money on. So just
Yeah,
imagine.
that's actually a great name, huh? Because that's the kind of name that a lawyer can put on like a billboard and probably
Yes.
get.
ChildCustody.com, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it. And like you said, it's, or like Amar said, it's an emotionally charged, very important, area for folks that are dealing with a custody issue. So, yeah.
Yeah, I actually quite like that name now that you say it.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I got to get that before the 10 grand 30-day starts.
yeah. I mean, rioting.com, I'm out on that one. Like,
Okay.
definitely out on that one.
Yeah, so pronouncing and rioting are the two that you guys have named that you don't like. Largely, you think because of just it's just
ing.
weird verb.
I don't mind the ing, but it's just
what is it then? ing, gerund. What is the?
Yeah, gerund.
ing doesn't work, in my opinion. There's very few names where it works. There's a few, but
Yeah, we're not down with the present principle up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
but I agree. It is like a weird, like, oh, we're rioting.com. And plus it's like pronouncing.com. I don't know if it's, in language. Yeah, I would agree. I think those are both probably ones that, seem somewhat interesting. Kind of like that thing we say a lot, which is not all one word domains are created equal, right? So that's one where it's like, oh, I have hey, let me know if anybody has an interesting one word. I got a client looking for a oneword.com. And then that's the shit you get. You get pronouncing.com. You know what I'm saying? Or people outright send you a bunch of 3word.coms because people are idiots.
It's got a meaning. Like you can build a brand around it. Like that's what you're looking for with a domain. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good domain. I like Sunset Cove, but it's like, Sunset Cove, you got to be able to buy that for like $300 max. And then you're going to sell it for $3 to $5 grand max.
Oh, I see.
It's gonna
Okay,
be
so
some real
so you're
estate.
you're just saying a couple $100 for that one then.
Yeah, because it's going to be some real estate development. They're not going to pay you more than $5 grand for it.
No, but you're no way you get that for $500.
That's what I'm saying. That's my problem with it, is that some domainer is going to pay more than 99% of the real estate developers would pay for it.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that. It's so
Look,
true.
Granny
It's
doesn't
important to be
care.
able to identify those kind of names. Like that's one of the things that domain investors struggle to do in the beginning, is like being able to identify those names that a bunch of people will bid on, but end users won't pay for.
Yeah,
Sure. Well, the difference between Sunset Cove and ActiveGuard, for example,
Yeah.
because I think those are in two different classes of names. They're both good names. They sound good. You can see brands. You can understand a business use case. But from a commercial viability standpoint, as far as reselling to an end user, you're going to get a lot more money for ActiveGuard than you're going to get for Sunset Cove, right?
I really want that CIA.org though.
He's just like, oh, she's just looking at you saying, hey, come on in.
Like, what do you guys think? I mean, you guys are both lawyers. Like, what do you?
Well, I mean, look,
Like, I guess it's about use, right? It's like, do you go out and impersonate a federal agent, then you go to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
But if you're
But
just
if your
like
company is
fucking,
like,
right, if you're just like I don't know. I mean, the thing is like you're never going to sell that domain because who are you going to sell it to? And so
You could be the chief investment asshole.org. That's
chief investment advisor or something investment advisors, right? Or
certified investment advisor.
Central Investment Agency.
Anything with agency, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna yeah, I mean, look, dude, again, it's use. Are there companies out there that use CIA as their brand? I mean, if there are, then I think
I don't think there's a lot.
Didn't the government take away a .org with 3-letter.org?
That's what I said before. I think this is a security hole, right? I think that this should be owned and probably set aside by the government on some black box.
I think there's precedent where they did take away one of those 3-letter agency names.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I remember. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I remember something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think, and the orgs definitely lean towards, where it's like that could be misconstrued by people who don't know.
Yeah, I
anything.
mean, I think you'd be safer with the .com, to be honest, but the .org is like,
yeah, for sure. That's kind of what I'm saying. For something like this, like if you had DHS.org or CIA.org or any of these, like, very sort of obvious.
did something
clear-
let CIA.org actually expire, or is that like partner?
It's in the expiry. Who knows? Maybe it was a government name. Like, and they're the ones that let it go by accident. Some bureaucrat, it just got mixed up and, it was on a 10-year renewal and it expired and they forgot about it and they're about to find out.
Oh yeah, look at this pending renewal.
I think it got renewed. I think it got renewed anyway. Oh my!
After all that talk,
I'll be Jacob, the guy that
really what we should do is we should cop it and drop a CIA.
Carl Jacobson.
Do a CIA coin. You know what I'm saying? On CIA.org. Let them know, like, oh, if you own enough CIA coin, you can get.
Dude, I think he's a CIA agent. The dude that owns it is a CIA agent.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he is, because he's from Arlington, Virginia, and he had a company called Pentagon Communications.
He was registered, but his address was in Texas. Shout out to Domain Tools.
No doubt.
There's a Supreme Court case. Carl Jacobson. It's interesting stuff, man.
All right. Well, let's not get too far down the rabbit hole. We're running out of time, but I do think it's an interesting name. It's probably one that's, hey, look, not financial advice, but probably best avoided if it does make it all the way to auction. But I'll let you guys continue to dig down the rabbit hole offline. Let's go ahead and run. We literally are down to the last 5 minutes here, guys. And so let's just do a quick lap around for grand closing. And starting with you, Drew, do you have any final thoughts on today's show? Covered a lot of ground. I think provided some pretty interesting insight. So, but you got anything else or before we go?
No, I don't have any insights or further feedback. I just remind everybody that we are the #1 domain broker in the world. Yet again, 7th time in a row.
Boom. 6 rings, 7 crowns.
You know what I mean?
Boom. Show them. Let them know.
But that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Nice. Amar, what's up?
I am excited about putting my new pickleball paddle to use, which I chose in conjunction with our boy Josh there. So
okay.
What's a good paddle go for?
Oh, they're all over the place. I mean, Josh will tell you better, but you can get a really good paddle for like $100 these days, and then the most expensive paddles are $300.
Oh wow! So they're really jacking us, because like literally down the street, I got a paddle club where my kids go take lessons, and they both wanted new paddles because they were like borrowing paddles from the club, right? And but the paddles they showed me were like almost $500 each. I was like, "What are you smoking?"
Just bring them. Just when you come to Miami, just pick up a couple there and take them back with you.
Yeah.
Josh, how would you answer that question?
Yeah, I don't really know much about paddle. Like,
is it different than pickle? Are the paddles different than pickle?
Oh, you're talking about paddle.
Padel.
Yeah, those are more expensive, I think.
Really? Why? What's the difference? I thought the same shit.
No, it's different. They're very different.
Yeah.
You're telling me the paddles are actually different?
Yeah.
Really? You know that as a fact?
Yeah. I used to play Padel when I lived in Spain. I love Padel. Completely different. Like they use a tennis ball in Padel, and pickleball you use a wiffle ball.
Hold on here. What's Padel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop with the Padel.
It is Padel. Because there's also paddle. So there's paddle, there's Padel, there's
Padel is an Indian.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait.
That's cricket, bro.
What's the difference between Padel and paddle?
Well, paddle is paddle tennis, right?
No, a paddle is what you use to play, and
no, but there's paddle tennis and there's Padel.
Mini tennis.
I think you guys are fucking with us right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Paddle tennis and Padel are the same things.
Okay, that's good at least.
Yeah.
So you're just saying it fancy, like I get it. Just like
That's actually
defense
not
with
true.
a C. You know what
I
I'm
will.
saying? That's
I'm gonna educate you all after we hang up here. I'll send you links on all of them. Paddle tennis
Padel.
is a different thing.
No.
Just saying, Padel. I mean, okay, I can't even say.
Padel has the thing that the
My
Yankees
testosterone goes down every time I
Okay.
say the word.
Oh, I got you, Amar. You're talking about paddle where it's in like this dome and
Yes,
you don't
Padel.
play you like and it's like heated. The ground is like heated because it's generally in like New York and those areas.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
know
like,
about the ground being heated, but it has the walls, so it's like squash. You can play off the wall.
Yeah, that's what I play right here.
But Padel
We
and
call
paddle
paddle.
both
Paddle.
both have the walls. They both have the walls. It's
Oh,
just paddle is like you serve overarm and you basically playing like tennis points in a dome. Padel is like serve underarm and the rules are a little bit different.
so that's closer to pickleball, right? The Padel.
It's actually
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The rules. But there's also paddle tennis, which is on an outdoor court with no walls, and it's a smaller court.
Yeah, I think that's mini tennis, I think.
Okay, so Padel, what you guys are calling Padel, by the way, all right, is spelled Padel. And
Correct.
Yeah.
That's Padel.
and that's played in that like that enclosed thing with the
Yes.
glass walls.
Correct.
It's kind of like almost like got a little bit of squash going on, sort of, but you hit it over a net, and that is its own thing. Then you've got pickleball, which is like pickleball as we know it. And then I just don't know. So is there a difference between is there paddleball and Padel?
I mean, what I know, we call paddle. Everybody calls it paddle here.
Yeah.
And we got walls, they're made of glass. And then or fiberglass, plexiglass, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And let it off the walls. And
That's what they call Padel over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in Spain and Portugal it's paddle. Like
it's paddle.
Okay, yeah. And then there's paddle tennis.